Before we get into the nitty-gritty of learning Photoshop, let's warm up by trying a few things in Photoshop that are pretty straightforward, even for someone that doesn't have a lot of Photoshop experience. Let's start by moving some of the pieces of artwork in this image, which is something you'll do a lot as you work on your own designs. For this, you'll use one of Photoshop's most basic tools, the Move tool. Go to the toolbar and click on the first tool, the Move tool. When you hover over this and other tools, you may see an animated tooltip. Those are aids that help you to know what the tools are and what they do, so you don't have to memorize all these tools. With the Move tool selected, come into the image and click on the big blue circle. Then drag that circle wherever you want it to be. Let's do the same with the text, Jazz. Click on the text and drag it wherever you want it to be. It's that simple. Want to try something else? How about flipping these dancers so the woman is on the right and the man on the left? Make sure you have the Move tool still active in the toolbar and click on either of the dancers to make sure that they're the active layer. The next step is to go to the Flip command. Flipping is a way to change objects. In Photoshop, that's called transforming. So we need to find the Transform menu. Remember from our mental model of Photoshop that the menus are at the top of the screen. The Transform menu is buried inside one of these menus, and it happens to be the Edit menu. So click Edit, and then come down to the Transform menu. And in the Flyout submenu, you'll see all the things you can do to transform objects in Photoshop. You can scale them, which means to change their size. You can rotate them, distort them, warp them, and way down here at the bottom, you can flip them horizontally or vertically. So select Flip Horizontal. Did your dancers change positions like mine did? Nice. If you like, you can move them. I'll click on either the woman or the man and drag and get them where I want them in the image. Do you like this sort of exploring? If not, you're welcome to jump to the next chapter, which is all about the basics of layers. But if you like this sort of experimenting, I've got one more thing you could try on this image now as a sort of warm-up for the rest of the course. How about trying to change the color of the woman's cartoony orange skirt? This will give you a little peek into making selections and painting, and it'll introduce you to a few more tools. So just click on the woman one more time to make sure the dancer's layer is selected. And then let's choose a color for her skirt. To do that, we'll select the eyedropper tool over in the toolbar. The eyedropper tool lets you sample a color from inside your image, which is a good way to get coordinating colors in an image. I'd like her skirt to be blue, so I'm going to click on the big blue circle. And that makes light blue the active color, sometimes called the foreground color. You can see it here in the foreground or first color box down at the bottom of the toolbar. Now, let's select her skirt so that when we paint, it's easier to stay within the lines. Go to the toolbar again, and let's get a selection tool. Go to the fourth tool from the top of the toolbar, and whichever selection tool is showing there, click and hold on it, and that triggers a flyout menu of related tools. In that flyout menu, go down to the Magic Wand tool. The Magic Wand tool lets you make a selection based on color, which is certainly the dominant element in this woman's skirt. So just click on her skirt, and in just a second, it's selected. That animated border is sometimes called marching ants, and it's just the border that defines a selection. Now, let's go get the brush tool so we can paint on her skirt. In the toolbar, select the brush tool, and then move into the image and click and drag over the skirt. Now, you'll want to get rid of that marching ants outline, so go up to the Select menu and choose Deselect. And that's all there is to it. Were you able to do all that? If so, congratulations. That's really great. But if not, don't worry about it. By the end of this course, you should be able to do this and lots more. I just hope that getting a taste of what it's like to create in Photoshop has you feeling more confident and excited about learning this fun program.